Hi, everybody. So thanks, Emil, for joining us. This is our Canvas for Students training session. My name is Lauren Maher. I work in the Department of Technology Enhanced Learning as Technical Officer, and I have Roisin online as well, who will look after any questions that you have throughout the session. So just first of all, just want to welcome everybody. Thanks, Emil, for coming. And in case anybody doesn't know about our department or what we do, so we are the Department of TEL, the Technology Enhanced Learning. This is our website here. You can find everything you need to know about us at tel.cit.ie. So it's here you can access all the training sessions, all of our resources that we have, and a lot of different information. So anything that you might need to know about us, you can find here at tel.cit.ie. We also have ways to log into Canvas and Zoom and all the different support sections as well on this website. So that'd be the first thing that you'd need to know, and probably the first place that you'd need to check into if you had any questions. So what do we look after? We look after all the different TEL apps. So the main thing that you guys would be interested in is our Canvas system. So this is the main system that we support here, and it's basically our hub that brings all of our different TEL applications into it and all the different integrations in there. So if anybody has any questions throughout the session, feel free, if you're joining us on Zoom, to use the Q&A feature, or if you're joining us on YouTube, you can use the live chat function there. And as I said, my colleague Roisin Garvey is on there. So if you have anything, feel free to pop it in there and she'll get back to you, or I can get back to you throughout the session as well. So just to give a general outline of the session today. So the first thing we're going to look at was our TEL ecosystem. So that is this image here. Next thing we're going to look at then is how to log in and access your modules on Canvas, how to find any help that you might need in Canvas, how to address any issues that you might come across while using Canvas. We'll have a general overview of the Canvas interface and your Canvas calendar, the assessments in Canvas. It'll basically be a whistle-stop tour of everything Canvas related. So I'm just going to turn off my camera there and we'll jump right in. So the first thing that you need to know is how to log in there. It's this website here. It's cit.instructure.com. So you can just put that directly into your address bar and you can log in there. Or as I said, if you're on our website, you can log into Canvas through the tel.cit.ie website also. When you log into cit.instructure.com, you're going to log in using your student number and your password. So when you click into this URL here, you'll be presented with a screen like this. So again, you just pop in your student number there and your password, and you'll be logged in to Canvas that way. So I'm just going to bring us up a demo now. So when you log into Canvas, after you've inputted your student number and your password there, you'll be presented with this. So this is what we call your Canvas dashboard. And this is where you can find all the modules that you're enrolled in. You have a variety of things going on here. So we'll just have a look there in more detail. So you can see here, all these boxes here are all the individual modules that you're enrolled in. So you can see I have a few here. And then so to get into them, you can just click straight into the module there and you can open it up. So once you're inside there, we're going to go back to this in a minute. There's a whole lot of stuff there that we can look at. There's just a couple of things first that I just wanted to point out on the dashboard that I think would be helpful for you. So on the right hand side here, you can see that you have your to-do list. So anything that might be upcoming, whether this is an upcoming Zoom session or an assignment that's due, a quiz that might be upcoming, you'll see it here in this little to-do section here. If you have any recent feedback or anything, it'll show here also. So that's just good to know. You also have this menu here on the left-hand side. So this is where you can find all your account information here. You can set up your notifications, which I'll go into now in a minute. You have your dashboard here, which is your main page. It's the one that it opens to on default. You have your modules here. We have the groups, your calendar, your inbox, history, Canvas Commons, and the help section. So we'll have a look at those in a little bit more detail. So the first thing that I just kind of wanted to flag, and it's something that students kind of commonly come and ask us, is if you're looking for a module that you are enrolled in and you can't see it here, it's not showing up on your front page, you might just need to go into this button here, and this will show you a list of all your modules. you can click all modules here and you can get a full list here. So you can see you have all the modules that you're enrolled in. If you had any unpublished modules, they'd show down here as well. I can see that I'm enrolled as a student and whether or not that module is published. You can see here we've one here that's not published. So that's just a good way of checking if your module is going ahead. First, you just want to check that it's published and that's showing here. And then I can show you later on if it's not showing here and you still think you should be able to see a module, I'll show you how you can get in contact with somebody about that. Another thing that is probably useful to know as well is these little stars on the side here. So if you have modules kind of showing up that you aren't using right away, or you have other ones that you would rather show up, you can just star them here and you can add them to your menu. So if I put those 3 and then I click back into my dashboard, I can see now that this view has changed and it's showing me only those modules. So if you're having an issue with maybe a module not showing up or you can't find it, maybe just pop in here. It might just be a thing that you've just starred 1 or 2 and the rest aren't showing then for you. So that's just useful to know. The next thing then that I just wanted to show you, and it's a really good takeaway from the session today, if you don't already know about it, is this help menu item here. So if we click on this help button here, we can see that we have a list of resources here. So resources on using the student assessment guide. I'll check back in on that later with you. We also have the how to use Zoom and a couple of other options here. But the main thing that's really important here is that you can reach out to the Canvas support 24/7 help. So basically there's a couple of different ways that you can get in contact with Canvas support. So you can contact them by telephone. There's a number you can call there. You can use the web chat, which would be the most recommended one. I've never been left waiting more than about 5 minutes for somebody to answer the web chat. So it's really quick and you can get kind of immediate help from there. And then you can also submit a ticket to Canvas as well. So there's a couple of different options there. If you're having any kind of Canvas issues at all, I recommend you log in and just set up the web chat there, and somebody on the Canvas support system will be able to give you a hand with that. The next thing there that I just kind of want to give you a quick overview of is your Canvas calendar. If we just open that up there, and we can see that we have our Canvas calendar here. So basically you just have the calendar view. You can set this by week, by month, or by agenda. So just to bring it back to month there to give you a look, you can see any upcoming assignments or Zoom sessions or anything that you might have here. So I can see here for one of my modules, so I have a Zoom session scheduled for tomorrow. If I click on that there, I can see the details with the join link, the time, the date, etc. I can also see here on the 13th that there's an assignment due. The reason there's a line strike through that is because I've already submitted to this assignment. And I'll go into that and show you guys that now in a minute. So as well as kind of tailoring this by week, month, or agenda, you can also then choose a day here, or you can turn off certain calendars. So if I wanted to turn off the Tamil media and see a different module, you can just toggle that on and off there to kind of just give you a clearer view. Because obviously around submission time and exam time, this can get very busy. So it's a helpful thing to be able to toggle them on and off so you can see individual modules if you need to do that. So I'm just going to bring you into a module now. So I'll just go back into my dashboard and I'm just going to open up a dummy module that we've set up for this training session. So when you first open up your module, majority of them are set up that it looks very similar to this. So it opens up, this is the home page is the same here as the units page here. The only kind of differences in the home page is that we can see any recent announcements that's been put up for this module. So we can see here, there's a couple of announcements posted. There are kind of older ones, and we've one here that was posted today. So important to set Monday's lecture, and this just gives us an announcement that was put up by the lecturer just about today's session. So that's just handy to know that if any recent announcements are there, they'll show at the top of your homepage here. Also on the homepage then, just as your dashboard, you have your to-do list or anything that might be upcoming for the module, and I can see as well my groups there also. Another page that some lecturers might use for their homepage would be the syllabus page. So this is just basically an overview of everything that you need and anything that's upcoming there. So just not to be kind of caught off guard if this is your home page instead, you can always just click onto the units section there to get back into that, and you can see the units there. So what are the units? So just kind of give you a brief overview of our units. So this is typically the way that a lecturer would set up their modules. So they might have it as week 1, week 2, or these could be categorized into different categories or subjects or anything kind of like that. Basically what this is kind of like a folder that your lecturer can name, and then we'll put your files or anything that you need in there. It might be assignments, could be uploads, could be assignment brief. I see here we've some videos and stuff uploaded here. So basically these are like our little folders or categories, and then all of your documents are stored in there as well. So basically if you wanted to have a look on something here that was uploaded, you can just click into that there, and you can see this PDF then will load up there. Not really, it's taking a minute to load there, but luckily we can also click on the link and it'll download that same file there for you. I'm not sure why that's not loading there for me now. There we go. So you can just see there that loads inside the browser. And again, if you're having any issues or a bit of a slow internet like my own, you can just click that there and that'll download the same file there for you. So that just about covers our units and our syllabus section there. Another part of your modules that you might need to know is it's anything really on this little menu items here. So we have our assignments part here. So we can click in here and we can see any of the upcoming assignments that the lecturer set up for us. So you can see here we have our upcoming assignment section. Usually won't really have undated ones. Again, this is just a training module. So you'd have your upcoming assignment section here. I can see week 4 assignment 1. I can see the due date for it there. I can see it's not been graded yet. So when you have your assignment, you can just click onto it when you're ready to upload. So this is just basically where my lecturer wants me to upload my assignment. So I can see again, just kind of an overview of all that information I need. I can see how many attempts I've made. So as I mentioned earlier, when we were looking at the calendar, I have submitted to this already. So I've made 1 attempt. I'm allowed to have 5 attempts, and it's telling me what it wants me to submit here. So I can submit any of the following: text entry, a website URL, a media recording, or a file upload. So you just make sure to have a look there and see what it is your lecturer is asking you to upload before you do. It's very important to read everything there. We also have a description here that the lecturer's input for us. So I can see the assignment is a PDF and please upload it by the deadline. So I can see here there's also a brief been uploaded, so I can download that there if I want to have another look at the assignment brief. If I want to then submit for this assignment, I can click on this new attempt button, or if I had not made an attempt yet, it would say submit an assignment. And so I just click on that there and we get this new little box is opened for us here. So I can upload a file then using this. I can use your webcam, I can upload text entry or any of the following. So I know my lecturer wants me to upload a PDF document, so I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to choose my file, and then I have assignment 1 there, and I can just submit that assignment. If you have submitted your first version of the assignment and you realize there was a mistake and you wanted to upload it again, and the attempts allow for that, you can do that. It would just it would be helpful for your lecturer just if you leave them a little comment like you know, needed to fix something in section 2 or show just something like that, just kind of give them an indication of why you've uploaded it again. Once you're happy with that, then you can press the submit assignment button and just let that load up. You can see there we've got a bit of a confetti drop, and we can see that I've submitted now that assignment. I've submitted it again, but you can see it would be submitted there in this corner where it wouldn't have said that before if you would not submit to it. Another thing then that might be useful for everyone to know is the quizzes part here. So if we go into the quiz section, once the lecturer has set up a quiz, it will be available here. So what you have to do is to start the quiz, just click on the name of the quiz. And we can see here that this is the information for the quiz that we have. So some important things there is just to make note of the time limit, what the due date is. So obviously this is a test assignment, I have no due date, so it'll be very important that you just check when the last when the due date is for the actual quiz that you're submitting. I can see if I've attempted it before. So obviously I was attempting this myself. And when I can see here some information that the lecturer has put in the description box for me. So once I'm happy to begin my quiz, I can just click the begin button. And I can see now up here, my countdown timer has started because there's a quiz that had a time set to it. And then I can start inputting my answers. Majority of the quizzes will look like this. Some lecturers might by preference have it that it's displayed one question at a time. So if that's the case, you would just click next once you've answered your first question. And once you've finished everything, you can press submit. If you've left any of your questions blank or not answered or anything like that, it will just flag it for you here, and then you can go back and answer those questions, or you can continue forward and submit anyway. Now, once that's gone up, it'll give you just kind of an overview of what you've attempted. So, and I can see here that, I've got 0%, I didn't answer any of the questions there, how long it took me for this attempt, how many attempts I have left. And if I want to have a retry at that, I can just press the take now button. So these obviously depend on the settings that your lecturer set up for the quiz. But in general, you'll be able to see some kind of information there. To get out of it then, I'm just going to press the return button and it'll bring me back inside my module. Another thing then is this is while we're going down this list, I can see again, if I was on that home page and I wasn't seeing any of the announcements there, I also have an announcement section here that I can click into. And I can see here's a list of all the announcements that have gone up for this module. So again, you can have a click in there and you can have a look and see what your lecturer would, if they have put up an announcement, what they've put up there. That's kind of an overview of inside your module and how everything works and everything that you need there. I'm just going to bring us back into the dashboard there. And there's another section here that I wanted to show you. It's the Canvas inbox. So this is like our internal emailing system. So if I just click into that here, I can show you how it works. So you can see here, we have a conversation that was with myself and Roisin. So the red dot will appear to show you that you have a new conversation. Again, you can also see here at my inbox, I have a 1 in the red circle here. That's showing me that I have a message here that someone was trying to contact me. So I can just click into this here and I can see I did message Roisin first. I said this is a test message to Roisin Garvey. She replied, "Hi Lawrence, replied to your message." So I can just see there, this is how a conversation works with SimFlow. If I wanted to create a new conversation, what I can do is just use this compose a new message up here. So I have a similar interface to a normal email system. So I can just compose my new message. And what's really helpful about this here then is that I get the option to select what module I want to send my message to. So if I click here, I can choose one of these. So if I have my, say, Canvas Learn module here, and I can send a message to one of my, this is my colleague, but if this was my lecturer for this module, this would be Derek Oakley, I could input my subject then, and I could say something like late to class, if I'm running late to class, or if I'm feeling run down and the weather, I can't make it to class. If I'm unable to find a Zoom recording or anything like that, I can just I can use this way as a way to contact my lecturer instead of just clogging up our normal email boxes, because we all know sometimes things can get a bit muddled or lost in there. So just a nice clean way of keeping your conversations with your lecturer so that you both have them then easily accessible. So I said earlier, I was just going to pop back to the notifications section and we can run through that. So if you are here, you can go into your account, and what we can press here is our notifications. So we can actually tailor these notifications and set them to whatever we would like them to show. So if we have things like the due date, have it set to weekly summary, but we could also set this so that, if the due date is changed or anything, we need to be notified of that immediately. And then what we can also do is we have the settings here. So this is for the entire account, or we could just click this and we could have it set to per module. So for one module, we'd like to be notified immediately at that due date. That's perfect. If there's one module that, you need notifications for any new files that have gone up, so you can click, you can notify you can get notified immediately. You can get a daily summary, a weekly summary, or you can turn those notifications off altogether. So this is a handy way of doing it. I definitely recommend for your modules just having to flick through and make sure all the notifications that you need is turned on. So even for module content, then you'd want to be notified immediately anytime that there's new content added to this module. That's just a nice, easy way to kind of stay on top of any changes to your module. And again, you can do that for individual modules, or you can just set any of those settings to your account. Now, one other thing I just wanted to show you is Zoom. So when you're inside your module, you can always access Zoom inside your module there as well. So obviously we are doing a lot of classes back face-to-face rather than online, but some lecturers are still choosing to do some online. Or again, if a lecturer might be feeling a little under the weather, isn't able to come in, they might be running their session for that day just online. So this is still really helpful for you to know. So once inside your module, back along this little menu to the left, we can see we have a Zoom option here. So once we click into this, we can see any of our upcoming meetings here. You can see tomorrow we have a Zoom session for the Town Media, and then I can click join here, and that will let me join into that meeting once that's ready to go ahead. We also have a list of any of the previous meetings, previous Zoom sessions that went on there. And this is something that might be of use to everybody. It's the cloud recordings section. So if your lecturer has recorded their Zoom session and you would like to access it, you can just do that by entering your module, entering the Zoom on your menu and clicking on cloud recordings. And you can see here you have a list. So just by clicking on that topic, then I can see here's the recording. If I click into play, it'll ask me to sign into Zoom. All you need to do there is you need to press your SSO button. And this will bring you back to your familiar page, which you log in with your student number and your password, and you'll have access to those recordings then from there. There's just one more thing I would like to show you while we have it open. So I'm just going to click into my Canvas Learn here. So this is just another module. I'll show you this one now in a couple of minutes, but something I'd just like to flag with this is if you have any difficulties with sight, hearing, or anything like that, you can press this button up here. So this will be on the top of the module. It's the Immersive Reader button. So by clicking that, we enter into our Immersive Reader. And we can see here, it gives us all that content that's on the page, and it just gives us it in a nice, easy to read kind of way. You can also press the play, and it'll read that out for you as well. So you can hear it. You also have the options to change it from female to male, speed it up or slow it down. So this is just a nice way if you're having any difficulty with the content to make it nice and big and more legible for you. So to exit that, you just press the back button to jump back outside of that. So I'm just going to bring us back into my presentation there, and we'll just have a look at some more supports there. So as I mentioned already, the main support that you have for Canvas is that Canvas 24/7 support. So just kind of reiterate that for you there. Once you're inside Canvas, you can access that 24/7 support by clicking on this help option here. And then again, you can submit a ticket, or you can make a telephone call, or you can do the web chat as well. So again, that's obviously 24/7. If you're having an issue, obviously, if it's just Canvas related, they won't be able to help you with anything that's Zoom related or anything else. This is just your Canvas support, but it's really useful for you to have. If you're having any CIT specific issues, we also have the service desk at ntu.ie. You can send them off an email. So this, if you're having any issues with your enrollments, your account access, etc., you can just pop them off an email and they'll give you help with that. But anything else that's Canvas related should really direct it to that tier 1 24/7 support. So I was just showing you. So a couple of more little supports, or a couple more supports that we have for you here is our department website. So I'm just going to open that there to give you a rundown. So this is what our website looks like. This is our homepage here. So from here, you can access Canvas for students, training for students, supports for students, so a couple of different things there. When we click into our support there, we've using Canvas for online learning. We have a whole variety of different documents here that can help you out with your learning as well. So it's a really good resource if you need to have a look through that. Gives you a walkthrough of all your 24/7 Canvas support, our Canvas Learn, the knowledge base. I'll go through those with you now. The next thing that we have there is what I've just referred to as our knowledge base. So this is this link here. Again, you can find all of these links on our website. You'll be able to find them all because I know I'm throwing a lot of different URLs at you now. But again, if you just think of our tell.cit.ie as a hub, you can find anything that you need in here. Just have a look around. So this is what our knowledge base for our students looks like. So you can search any term that you need in here. We also populate this with our top help articles of the month. So anything that's being requested of us on a regular basis, you can find them here, and then we have them split up into different categories there. And again, if you're not finding what you're looking for directly on that homepage, you can just give it a quick search in here and it'll pop up the help article for you. So one thing that you can see there is if I click, how do I log into Canvas? This is what our help articles look like. So you basically just get a walkthrough of anything that you might need, the steps that you need to get into Canvas, or whatever it is that the help article might be referring to. Now, another thing that I just wanted to kind of run by you there is our Canvas Learn student course. So this was a course that was developed by the Department of TEL. And basically, it's just a training place for you as an MTU student where you can learn all about Canvas. So we have this set up into our different categories here. So we're getting started, communication, collaboration, Zoom, the mobile app, assignments, quizzes, and grading and feedback. So if there might be something in this session that I mentioned and that you didn't really get it fully, you can just come onto our Canvas training session here and you can find that section. Again, you could also pop into the units there and have a read through and find the one that you're looking for, and you can jump in and out of this as you need to. So all students are automatically enrolled on this, so you should see it directly there in your dashboard. And yeah, you can have access to that anytime you need to. It's a really good resource, so I definitely recommend just having a look through that. And then another thing that we have developed for you here at the Department of TEL is our practice assignment module. So this is basically a place if you are going to submit your assignment, if you have an upcoming assignment and you've never submitted an assignment before, you're not really sure how it will work. If you're a little bit nervous maybe about submitting it and maybe something going wrong, if you only have the one attempt, it's a really good place that you can come. So again, this is all students are enrolled on this. It's our student assessment guide. And what you can do is we have all of our assessment tips here. You can go into this area for any tips and tricks for kind of additional guidance that you might need on various types of assessments. We also have the practice submission area, and we have if you need help with troubleshooting there as well. So in the practice submission area, if you just enter there, you can see that you can practice submitting a variety of different assignments. So you have an assignment upload, you can upload a plagiarism detection assignment. So that's an assignment with our plagiarism detection added onto it. You can submit a practice quiz. You can mobile submission, so you can practice putting a submission through the Canvas mobile app. And then we also have some best practice steps that you might want to follow. And then just in case you or didn't have kind of any files that you wanted to submit or something that, if you just didn't have anything, we've also provided you with a variety of sample files there that you can download and then re-upload there. So we have all those ready there. So all the different assignment files that you might need to practice with are all here. So again, if you just click into your assignment upload there, and we can see just like the one before, we can see this is flagged that it's not towards your final grade because obviously it's only for practicing. And then you can actually upload it there and just do a little test of that to see how everything works. And the last thing then is I just want to run by you. I mentioned at the start, if you're having trouble seeing one of your modules, this is how you do that. This is how you kind of rectify that. So the first thing you want to do is just go in and check your all modules section in Canvas and ensure that maybe you've not just starred one or two and the rest aren't showing. You might want to check that if there's one there, is it showing as published? If it's not published, you might need to contact your lecturer and ask that they publish it. But if you've tried all the above and you still can't see your module on Canvas, you just need to contact the Web for Faculty team. So you have all the information you need here on how you would do that. So again, this is just in our knowledge base here. So if I go to our home, I can see that this is in the top articles here. So I can't see my modules on Canvas. What do I do now? And that'll give you the step-by-steps that you need there to be able to find your modules. Perfect. So kind of one of the last things I just wanted to run through with you is the Canvas student app. So we have an app for Canvas, so you can download it in your app store on your phone or your iPad. And basically you just log in the same way that you would logging onto your computer. You need your student ID and you need your password. Once you've logged in, you can basically do everything that you can do on the Canvas web that you can do on the app. You can do everything in both of them. So here's just a small screencast that my colleague put together. We won't need to watch the whole thing, but just to kind of give you an overview of what it might look like. We have here, so you can see here that you have the options there for assignments, discussions, grades, people, syllabus. You have all those same options on the mobile app that you do as when you're in it on your computer. You can also upload assignments then the same way. So if you go to upload an assignment, so you can see we're in the test assignment 2, you can see what the due date is, the submission type it wants you to do. And then you have the option here, the red button to submit for this assignment. So you can click that there and you can actually choose a file then off your phone. So this could be, you could upload an image or something, you might have the file downloaded to your phone, you can simply upload it there. Or you have the option to connect it to your camera down here. And just like in the screencast here, you can see that you're able to use your camera to take a photograph and you can then upload that to your assignment. So I would definitely recommend that you also have the Canvas student app as well as using it on your computer, because this just means then if we have our notifications set to that, if immediately you'll get the notification then to the Canvas app on your phone as well. So it just ensures that you won't miss out on anything that you need. So then last but not least, my own department here, so Technology and Health Learning Department, we have our email address, it's edtech@ntu.ie. You can submit a ticket to us anytime if you're having any issues, and somebody will get back to you as soon as possible. We also have our Twitter page as well, if anyone wants to give that a follow. We put out a lot of good tips and tricks about learning, teaching, and there's a variety of things there. So I will leave everybody at that. If we have any questions, I'll get you just to pop them either in the Q&A section, or you can leave us a comment in the chat on YouTube. I'll just give it a couple of minutes there. If anybody has anything, now's the time to pop it through.